What's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy Darth. We're back with another Queen's Blade Limit Break video. And in this one, we're just going to go over the brand new game mode. Alright, it's not a game mode. It's a game feature. Game functionality. There is a difference between game functionality feature and a game mode, even though they all are functionalities. I'm talking about the Warrior Ascension feature that was added to the game with the 7/26/2023 update. In-game time Japanese, so in the Americas we got it on 7/25, so it's been out for a few days. Had time to play around with it, use it, get to know the system. It's not complicated, okay? There are some hidden meanings there that we need to go over, so I'm going to go over what it is, how you participate in it, what it does for you, give you my overall thoughts and opinions, as well as some tips and advice on some of the things that you might mess up or might be confused about. Now, quite simply put, this particular feature, the Warrior Ascension feature, is actually similar to other features in the game in purpose. Now, the purpose is to encourage you, it's to reward you for obtaining and either ranking up warriors in one way or another, whether it be raising their star level, raising their spicy pose, things like that. We have it with gear, we have it with jewels. There are various ways that they reward you for doing so with stat bonuses, basically. Now, I'm going to say that differently, and I want you to hear it, because this is still a gacha game. This feature, like many others, is to encourage you to spend money or participate in the game by obtaining warriors, primarily the arrivals, spending either time and resources on upgrading warriors in one way or another. Now, I know that the difference there is kind of subtle. You can do it free, but it's not ideal and it's not helpful, especially where the game is now. So, the warrior feature is no different. It's there to reward you for doing something that you would normally do anyways, obtaining warriors and ranking them up, raising their star level. So, in this one, it's actually the Warrior Ascension feature is actually located under the gallery, and it's here under Ascension. I think they should actually just titled it Warrior Ascension. That would have been cool. But anyways, under the Warrior Ascension tab, there's two sub-tabs, Index and Ascension. We're going to go what each of these tabs do because they play off of each other. Unfortunately, you're not going to be spending a lot of time on one of these tabs. And that is a long-term statement that I'm making. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to it. But a handy feature that this actually has is the ability to hide the UI and get a rather larger view of any of the warriors that are actually featured in this particular lineup. They do the same thing with the spicy index. You can come in here, hide the UI, and actually get a nice bird's eye view of any of the warriors that are featured there. I like that feature, hide it. So if you like to take screenshots or just sit there and stare at it, whatever you do in your spare time while you're staring at anime. Anyways, we'll start with the index. Quite simply put, all it is anytime you obtain a 5-star warrior of any of the warriors that are featured here, and there's a healthy supply, we'll talk about that more in depth here in a second, but anytime you obtain at least a 5-star copy of a warrior, and every time you raise the star level, or otherwise known as ranking up a warrior, you can come here and obtain and either activate or level up, as you see here, to obtain a scaling attack and HP bonus that is account-wide. Now, let me explain what I just said there for those that may not be familiar with these terms. They're commonly used terms in gaming. Anytime you obtain a warrior 5-star, you can come here and activate and receive a attack and HP bonus. Every time you raise the level or star up a warrior, you can come back here and level up again to get a scaling bonus. Scaling means that the amount that is added to your attack and HP, or the amount of stats added, the bonus stats, are increased for every star level. So the more you level up or rank up a warrior, it requires more materials. So I like the fact, even though it's kind of a small scaling bonus, but every time you increase the star level, you get a scaling bonus that's added. So here, I got 150 for this particular warrior. Well, if I raise her star level, I'm going to get 180. So like I said, it's not going to break the bank, but overall, it's nice of them to at least acknowledge the material cost. So it features a healthy variety of warriors, pretty much all the ultimates, all the SPs, as well as quite a few of the original Arrival warriors. There is the Hydrangea, as well as a lot of the original warriors. This does not include every warrior in the game, so don't think that it does. Here's the index. Physical, for instance, only features 1, 2, 3, 4 of the original warriors. These warriors here aren't there. And I think that they could have went ahead and added all the normal 5-star warriors. This does not include any of the 5-star warriors that you fuse up using the purple and blues in the temple rank up feature. So back to the Ascension, it features a healthy amount of warriors. Now, not all warrior classifications are the same. Now, these scaling bonuses to attack and HP actually have a maximum ceiling because the maximum star rank that you can get in-game is 12. So you're going to get a scaling bonus all the way up to 12 until you hit a ceiling. For instance, B-Nanel here has a max ceiling attack of 1590 and a max HP of 7,950. Well, if you go to look at an Ultimate Warrior, I only have 11 stars of these two. I've already passed that ceiling. I have a bonus of 2,280 attack just for ranking this one up to 11, and so forth. So every warrior classification, Ultimate, SP, Original Arrivals, and the original warriors all have a max ceiling that they can reach, with the Ultimate having the highest. Obviously, they're harder to get, require more resources to level up. Followed by, under that would be SP, and under that would be the normal Arrivals and the original warriors. Now, not all warriors within the same classification are the same either. B-Nanel has a max attack of 1590 at that 12-star ceiling, but if you go to S. Sakine, she only has 1272. And I guess somebody did ask me, no, it has absolutely nothing to do with the Spicy Pose. The Spicy Pose has its own level up rewards index that's been in the game for some time. So just increasing the Spicy Pose is not going to benefit you here. This is only for obtaining and ranking up warriors. That's the index. And this is where you're going to be spending most of your time. Now, that leads us to the Ascension tab. The Ascension tab takes over where the Index tab ends. The Index tab ends when a warrior reaches 12 star, max level. The Ascension tab is a very simple function. Anytime you've reached 12 star with a warrior, as you can see here, unlocked when warrior reaches 12, you can come here and sacrifice. And sacrifice means deleting warriors. You can sacrifice a warrior for again, a scaling, attack, and HP bonus based on how many warriors you sacrifice. It starts off with 1. Eventually, the scaling kicks in. So right now, if I was to sacrifice this warrior, I would get 75 attack. Now, the scaling happens when eventually it will require more than 1 warrior. If you go and take a look, let's see here. Did I sacrifice? Yes. So on B-Nanel, you see that it only required 1. The attack and HP actually goes up the more warriors you sacrifice. The problem is it requires more and more warriors, and yes, I have confirmed this with others. I don't know what the cap on it is, but it keeps this from getting out of hand. So you can come in here and sacrifice warriors for a scaling, attack, and HP bonus. Now, this attack and HP bonus in both of these tabs are account-wide, meaning that these bonuses apply to every warrior on your account. That's just icing on the cake. So there's really an incentive to go ahead and just level up as many warriors as you can. The problem is the Ascension tab doesn't take over until you reach a 12-star warrior. I'd say at least 50%, and I think I'm underestimating it, of the player base will not have a 12-star warrior. And even if you do reach 12-star warriors, you're not just going to come in here and start sacrificing warriors. Why? A couple of reasons. The two most important is that it takes a lot of warriors to rank up a warrior to at least 11 star. And if you're talking about multiple warriors, 5 plus, you're going to need a lot of warriors. A new player, even an advanced player, isn't just going to be able to come in here and, assuming they reach 12, and just sacrifice a bunch of warriors. Let's not forget that any additional copies of warriors you have are used to rank up the spicy pose of said warriors to the max level of 5. So you can see here, you still require a warrior. If you have lots and lots of money and you invest in EX gear, well, EX gear requires more copies of the warrior in order to level that up. So the point being here is that it's great. It's provided a tremendous amount of power to a very large portion of the community. I've been playing the game for a year and a half, so I have quite a few warriors. Got a lot of power at one time within the first 24 hours of this going live. My problem is the Ascension tab is going to get very limited use. Not that it's the bread and butter, but I mean it's titled the Ascension tab. That's just my opinion on it. So the only thing you need to be aware of is anytime you delete a warrior on the index tab from your inventory completely, meaning you have no copies, you reset and actually lose, and it'll tell you that in the tooltip here. But if you delete a warrior from here, you lose every bit of attack and HP that you got for your warriors, and you have to start over. Now, I'm not saying to keep copies of, some of the lesser warriors. If you're a new player, continue to level up your main team. Don't worry too much about the older ones, but if you're an advanced player and you have the warriors like I do, start leveling up at least to 10 or 11 some of these older warriors if you have the materials. Most people aren't going to have the materials, so I'm going to see a little bit of limited use on the index as well. That's it in a nutshell, guys. It's just another game mode to provide a massive amount of power depending upon where you are in the game, how old your server is, and how many warriors you have and are able to level up. I got about 8 million plus power within the first 24 to 48 hours, and I'm not done leveling up. How much did you get? What do you think of this particular feature? That's it. That's all I got for you guys. It's a very easy feature. Participate in it. Continue to level up your warriors. If you have any questions, drop it into the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.